And there it is. It's a century. You can hear them. They've enjoyed it. They've loved it as Hayley Matthews, the captain, has graced the situation of the CG United first ODI with a century. A match-winning performance indeed.
Welcome back, Gameyard family. Thank you so much for joining us for another video. Now, having lost the test match against Pakistan inside 3 days on Sunday, and also our women's under 19 team losing against India in that World Cup game, their first World Cup game. The West Indies senior women's ODI team would have given us something here in the West Indies to smile about. And they would have delivered a commanding all-around performance to secure a 9-wicket win over the Bangladesh women ODI team on Sunday in St. Kitts, at Warner Park in St. Kitts and Nevis. Right? Hayley Matthews, Captain Hayley Matthews, would have led from the front with ball in hand. She would have taken 2 for 41, as well as she would have made an unbeaten 104 of 93 deliveries in a dominant chase, and he would have involved in a 163-run opening partnership with Kiana Joseph. Right, Kiana Joseph would have made 70 from 79 deliveries. Right, and it was a dominant performance, and I think with this opening partnership, I think the West Indies men's team need to, learn from the women's ODI team, because it just shows you that having wickets in hand in any game will allow you to win a lot of games, or to win games rather, right? Because imagine Jermaine Campbell coming in at 160. That's less pressure compared to coming in at 10 for 1 or 20 for 1. It changes the whole dynamic of the game. Right? So it is very important, especially not to lose a lot of wickets especially in the fourth. Then hard to regain any hold on the game when you would have lost so many wickets in the fourth. So it was a dominant performance. I was really impressed with the way that Kiana Joseph and Hayley Matthews would have led from the front. And it's not the first that they are doing it. Right? We would have seen it in the last series against India. Right? Even though we would have lost that series, but we would have seen some really good performance by Kiana Joseph and Hayley Matthews at the top. So West Indies, they would have been hunting 199 runs, and to be honest with you, they would have made light work of that chase. They finished on 202 for 1 of just 31.4 overs. Right, as I said, it was a sensational opening wicket stand of 163 runs by Kiana Joseph and Hayley Matthews. Right, Hayley Matthews would have, as I said, would have scored an unbeaten 104 from 93 deliveries. In the process, she would have scored 16 boundaries in that knock. Right, and with a strike rate of 111.82, right? And Kiana Joseph, as I said, she made a dazzling 70 of 79 deliveries with 6 fours and 4 sixes, with a strike rate of 88.60, right? Now, I want to also make another point. Before I get to that point, I do not want to, to also mention the support that Hayley Matthews would have gotten with the ball from Bianca Dakin. She would have taken 3 for 40, right? And Alia Alain would have taken 2 wickets, right? And Shimane Campbell would have been unbeaten and 14 from 18 deliveries, right? So I want to make a point as it relates to, Hayley Matthews' conversion rate, because her conversion rate is one of the best in the world, right? When you compare her conversion, in fact, Hayley Matthews would have made more centuries than 50 in ODI format. He currently is on 8 centuries and 6 50s, right? And that just show you that she would have converted most of her 50 plus scores into centuries, right? And that conversion rate is currently at 57.1. And when you compare her to the other best in the world, for example, Amy Shatterwaite, and hope I'm pronouncing these names correctly, pardon me if I am not doing so. So she's from New Zealand, and she would have scored 7 centuries with 27 50s at a conversion rate of 20.6. And Nat Ever Brunt from England, she would have scored 6 centuries, 26 50s at a conversion rate of 18 points. Right? And Laura Woolward of South Africa, she would have scored 5 centuries, 28 50s at a conversion rate of 15 points. And you would have seen that Hayley Matthews' conversion rate is far superior than these other top batters in the world. I would have done also a comparison of Hayley Matthews' conversion rate with current batters with a minimum of 3 centuries. So currently at the top is Annabelle Sutherland of Australia. He would have had a conversion rate of 60%. She scored 3 centuries and 2 50s. Hayley Matthews, as I said before, had a conversion rate of 57.1 with 8 centuries and 6 50s. Meg Lanning from Australia, who would have had a conversion rate of 41.7 with 15 centuries and 21 50s. Then John Britton from England would have had 38.5 conversion rate, 5 centuries and 8 50s. And Shamari Atupatu from Sri Lanka, 34.6% conversion rate with 9 centuries and 7 50s. And again, you see that Hayley Matthews' conversion rate is very superior, at the top, so it is something great that Hayley Matthews has been doing in ODI cricket for the West Indies. And so I also want to make the point that Matthews would have had a great, I would say a very good 2024 with the bat in ODI format. Currently, she's on 2,644 ODI runs, and she would have surpassed 2 Australian superstars in ODI cricket runs list. that is Rachel Fiennes and Beth Mooney. And in 2024, she would have scored 469 runs, right, at a strike rate of 88.3 with an average of 78.2. That's some staggering numbers here in 2024, right? So Hayley Matthews is I mean, under her leadership, we would have seen vast improvements in West Indies ODI cricket. I think Hayley Matthews, would have, two handout performance for me where Hayley Matthews is concerned. Remember that in 2022, he would have made a 109 against New Zealand. I think it was her first World Cup century. That was, a highly stressed game, and he would have shown, steady aggressiveness and allowed West Indies to win that match, because West Indies was set 256 to win, and she would have made 109. It was a brilliant century, decorated by 16 boundaries. And then she would have made a 106 late last year against India. I think she made 106 from 109 deliveries. It was a top-class innings. Even though West Indies would have lost him, but that innings just show a lot of maturity by Hayley Matthews. It was a very, well-constructed innings, and West Indies would have been set 300, very daunting 359 runs to win, right? And Hayley Matthews would have scored 106. We would have lost the game, but that innings was an innings of maturity, and those two innings will, be etched in my mind. It show a lot of, tenacity from Hayley Matthews. It just show, her leadership in terms of leading from the front, and I think she is becoming a really great cricket. Hope that she will continue on this project, right? So I just hope that West Indies will, clinch this second ODI this series against Bangladesh. Remember, with that, we need the points to qualify for the next, ODI World Cup. So these points are very crucial for us, and so we need to, continue to win matches, right? All right. So as I said, this was a great performance by West Indies. Very, very dominant performance by West Indies. 203 for 1. So this is where I will, end this video. Thank you as always for watching, and I do hope that you will enjoy the rest of the day. Please remember that the next match will bowl off in a few hours from now. It should be 1 o'clock in Jamaica. So stay tuned for that. I just hope that the girls will clinch the series. Alright, thanks again for watching. Do enjoy the rest of the day. Please remember, if it is your first time on the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell so that you will be notified whenever we would have uploaded any content to the channel. Thanks again for watching, and be safe out there. See you in the next video.